All right, shalom, Israel. Let me just get the sound correct here. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Lock you. All right, shalom, Israel. Let me know if you can hear us clear. The microphone, we just want to make sure the microphone is too loud. Just let us know if you can hear us. This is a mic test. We getting ready to launch this Hebrew language class. So if you can hear us, just let us know. All right, shalom, Israel. We the I.S.U.P.K. We started 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York City, under Commander General YAHANNA, established in 1969. We teach the truth according to the Bible that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the children of Israel according to the Bible. Today is the Lashawan Qadash class. Lashawan Qadash, Lashawan Qadash is in the English is Lashawan Qadash means holy. And Lashawan is tongue. Alright? So Lashawan Qadash is the holy tongue. Alright, so we're gonna get into the let me go ahead and fix the camera. Give me 1 second. Make sure we get it zoomed in. Alright, so holy, Qadash means holy, Lashawan means tongue. Okay? So we're gonna do the holy tongue is ancient Hebrew. It's our native tongue, all right? What we spoke, you know what I mean? What we spoke in our ancient times, right? Give me 1 second. We're getting a little blurry here. So log in. All right, so log in, everybody. All right, we just switched locations, so bear with us. Bear with us if you can. We switched locations, so we kind of like rigged up a setup in the meantime, so we can be able to get this Lashawan Qadash talk. All right, shalom to everybody. We got Sister Mimi in there. Shalom, how Shema Tabashmi Shah. Sis, we got Sister Bree in there. Salaya, not Bree. Yaila, change your name on YouTube if you can, sis. Sister Yaila is in there. We got Sister Adrian in there from Charleston, South Carolina. It's good to see all sisters reporting today, checking in to get this Hebrew language class. All right, we're going to start from the basics today. We went all the way up to breaking down sentences and scriptures. Got into the numbers and months and days of the weeks and so on and so forth. So we're going to start all the way back from the beginning for those who are not familiar with the Hebrew language. All right, so I'm going to have the brother come up, the brother Trooper Kazak Shapar. And if you could, let's start off with the alphabet. All right, the Hebrew language alphabet. So we're going to start. So Hebrew language alphabet is written from right to left. All right, so you're going to start from the right side, which is over here, and to the left. So in our language, Hebrew is written from right to left. All right, so what he's right now is what? The I. So go ahead and go ahead and put that. All right, perfect. So up here on the top is going to be the ancient Hebrew, which is the Hebrew in the language where we spoke the Hebrew, or wrote the Hebrew, I should say. And beneath it is going to be the Assyrian Hebrew. Assyrian Hebrew is the Hebrew that we see today. It's modern day Hebrew. All right, well, you will see if you go on Google right now, Google Translate, and translate something from English to Hebrew, it's going to be this Hebrew right here. So only reason we teach this Hebrew is so that you're able, or this writing, I should say, is because this is what our oppressor uses today. So we use this to be able to translate back into our original writing. But of course, this is the way we wrote it in Israel, not this way right here. This is our oppressor's way of writing our characters. All right. So this is the ancient Hebrew at the top, ancient Hebrew writing. At the bottom is going to be Assyrian Hebrew, which is modern day Hebrew. All right. So that's the English. You understand? That's the English pronunciation of it. So this symbol is pronounced ah, A-H, ah. So this is the English, this is the ancient, and this is the Assyrian. Okay, so that's the first character of the Hebrew alphabet. It's ah. Go ahead. Go ahead to the next one. All right, so next up he has Ba. All right, Ba is the next character in the Hebrew alphabet. It's pronounced Ba, and this is the ancient Hebrew character, and this is the Assyrian character, which you will see today if you go and Google Hebrew language. You'll find the Assyrian way of writing it. Okay, so we in the UPK not only are versed in English, of course, but we have a brother that speaks Spanish, but we are trying to get our people back to our original tongue. So if you're Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, whether you speak Spanish, English, Patois, Creole, French, whatever language you speak, this is your original tongue here. All right, this is your original language. A tongue means language. So in the Christian church, when they talk about speaking in tongues, it's not no Hashanana Bota. She coming in the Honda. No. Tama Bota. No. That's gibberish. Nobody understands that. Tongue means language. All right. No. So this is a specific tongue or language, and this language is the ancient Hebrew that we're writing today. No. Again, this is the first character, which is pronounced Ah. Then the next character is pronounced Ba. This is the ancient Hebrew here on this line. And beneath that is the Assyrian, which you will see today if you go online and Google Hebrew, okay? So go ahead, brother, for us, and write the next character for us. All right. So if you could, I'll just write holy a little bit more higher up there. That way it's not in the way. The water.
Right tongue also.
All right. So now the brother has up God. That's the next character, God. All right. God has this symbol here, what kind of looks like a 7, but it's like leaning forward. You know what I mean? So, again, when we say things like that, 7 like it's leaning forward, however you see these characters that can help you to memorize it, just use it. You know what I mean? Use it. For you brothers that's troopers, that's trying to become officers, you're going to need that. You're going to be able to have some way to remember these characters so you can pass that officer's test. All right? So we have Ah, Ba, Ga. This is very important, people. We've been to school. We've learned our English language. We learned English. Some of us have gone to school and learned Spanish. You know, some of us have gone to school and learned other languages like German or French. This is an opportunity to learn your language, all right? Something that you can't learn in a school besides the Israelite school of UPK, all right? And this is a language that's original or unique to your people, if you're so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. So take note of this and be able to have this alphabet, because as long as you have this alphabet, it'll be a breeze for you to break down words. When we start getting into words, it'll be easy for you to break down phrases or names and anything that we have that we write in Hebrew. It'll be easier for you. This is the foundation, of course. That's why in elementary school you learn the what? The English alphabet. Because that's the foundation of the English, the English language. Well, this is the Hebrew alphabet here. All right, so the first one is A, next is Ba, next is Ga. All right, again, for those who are just tuning in, this is the English. All right, this is the ancient Hebrew of how we wrote it in our ancient days, and this is how our oppressor, who stole our identity, writes our language today. All right? That's right. So again, we only study this because we, for brothers and sisters to be able to translate the Hebrew that they find on the internet or they see in the book, because every Jewish man, you understand, this is how they write our language, and this is modern day Hebrew. So we can translate it into the ancient and be able to understand how we wrote it, okay? All right, so let's go and get the next character, brother. And if anybody online has any questions, just let me know. Like today is a very slow day. We're taking it very slow. You know, I'm going to probably reiterate things over and over and over again. This is very important. What we're breaking down is this Hebrew alphabet. It's how you're going to be able to break down words later on in the future, okay? So for future classes, when we're breaking down words and names and things that we say in the UPK a lot, like Tawab or Salakia or Baba Kwashab, you know what I mean? Those different things that we use on the regular, you'll be able to break down and understand what those different parts, the combinations of words are within that one word. Also, you'll be able to break down the names, brothers and sisters' names, and be able to know how to pronounce them when you see them. When you first come into the school, you see brother's name, you're like, hold up, Waka Lakakada. That's right. Waka, what? I don't even, what? Dawada. That's right. They'll say Dawada. That's right. But if you understand the pronunciation of these alphabets, then you will be able to know how to pronounce them when we start writing them in the sentences. So anytime you see the A and the H, you pronounce it as A. You pronounce the B and A, Ba. You pronounce the G-A, Ga, and Da. That's the sound that you want for each of those characters. A, Ba, Ga, Da. Like my name is Dawada, so it's Da, and we'll get down to the Wa, and then Da. So that's how my name is spelled. This is how my name is spelled. So like, I don't want to get too much. I'm going to just write this right quick. Dawada, right? That's how it's pronounced. This is how it looks in the ancient Hebrew. Dawada. All right, from right to left. And then we'll get deep into it, but I don't want to confuse everybody too much. But you'll put the connectors at the bottom. When the connector is upside down, that means each of these characters are pronounced independently. So that's pronounced independently, Da. That's pronounced independently, Wa. And then the last Da is pronounced independently as well. There's some cases where things are connected and you have a connector that looks like that. And that will mean that this is now Da, and then the Wa, and then the Da here become one word, and it'll be Wad. So it'll be Dawad. All right, but that's not how my name is pronounced. So at the end of the day, just so you know, just to kind of push a little bit forward, the connectors at the bottom is how you understand the pronunciation of the name. Okay, so Da Wa Da, Da Wa Da. All right, you can go ahead and erase that out and get back to it. Give me the next character on the board. Yes, sir. If anybody have any questions at all, just let me know. Once we get this whole entire alphabet out, I see the sisters in there. We got all the sisters in the class today. We got the brother Erskine in there. Shalom, Maki, how about Shemel Shabrakatah? We're gonna break down those salutes. You know what I mean? What does Shalom Yahweh Shema Allah by Shemi Al Shah? What does that mean? What does Shalom Yahweh by Shemi Al Shah Barakatah mean? What does that mean? We'll break it down to you after we get done with this, okay? All right, so we get into the basics. So you got Ba, Ga, Da, Ha. All right? Ha. That's how it looks. It's a backwards F with 3 lines instead of 2 lines, right? However you need to look at it, you know what I mean? This looks like a pyramid or a triangle, you know what I mean? This right here kind of looks like a backwards number 4 with the hook, you know what I mean? To me, it looks like a lowercase b turned upside down. I don't know. However you, or a G, right? Or a G, but with a little bit more definition, you know what I mean? A little bit more discipline, you know what I mean? So, most high crazy. If you could, like, I kind of touched that that I right there. Can you just clean it up for me? Throw it out. All right. So, you know what I mean? We're gonna get into it. So the ha is the next character in the next word in the alphabet. The next alphabet character. Now, I want to definitely give a hand clap to this brother Qadash, man. This brother Qadash has been, you know, studying this truth, coming to the Hebrew classes, coming to the breakdown classes, coming to all the scripture classes, law class, brotherhood, and this brother is up here writing these characters out by memory. He doesn't have a phone out, he doesn't have a study guide or anything. All he's using is what he knows on the top of his head. Everything he's writing up here is exactly correct. So we want to give a big shout out to that brother. It shows what you can be able to accomplish with persistency and studying, man. The Bible says, study to show thyself approved. That's right. So let's go ahead and get the next character out. Okay. He a perfectionist too, y'all. Just so y'all know. That's what he up there trying to make sure that thing is the way Yahweh Shah would have wrote it. He want to write it exactly how Yahweh Shah would have wrote it if he was here. Yeah, I mean, but most I ain't crazy, man. Give the Lord your best, man. All right. So give me a little bit more of a little shelf on that one so they can see it. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's about good right there. All right. So that's the next character is a Y. Again, that's the second character in my name, Y. All right, Da, Wa, Da. So Y is the next character. This is what the ancient Hebrew character looks like, and this is what the Assyrian character looks like. Again, when you go online and type into Google Hebrew, you're going to see this at the bottom. You're not going to see the ancient. You're going to see this. So when you do these classes, you'll be able to take these characters and translate it into the ancient writing, and then be able to pronounce it the way we would pronounce it I took that A, the way we would pronounce it in our ancient tongue. Okay? Again, if anybody has any questions, just let me know. Shouts out to the sister, Lashawan, that's in the class. Also not the Zaz Rib, Yahweh Shema Al Shah. Good to see you, sis. All right, so we got Y as the next character. So let's go ahead and get the next character for him, brother. And again, these are things that we should be teaching our kids throughout our generations. You know what I mean? Our kids should be learning this throughout their generations. Okay? Hey, Shalom, sir, going crazy. I ain't holding the language class right now. All right, Sly, so you got my war scar? Did I leave it in your car? All right, come on, concert. All right, Shalom, real quick. All right, Salagi, everybody. You understand that was out of one I'm calling. So we got the next character, which is Za. Okay? The Za. Let's see that Syrian. That Syrian, you know what I mean? Let me see. Huh? Okay, all right, you understand? So let's just that's too wild. So we got the Za. We got the Za. That's how the Za looks. Za is the next character. A lot of brothers have the character Za in their names. A lot of words that have the Za in it. You know, it's is a part. It's the next character in the Hebrew language. So, like I said, it's very simple, brothers and sisters. This is something that we're learning. That right here, if we learn this is the basis, we'll be able to have a lot more flexibility when it comes to building words and also formulating sentences. But always remember in this, not only the characters and how they look and how they pronounce, but also that everything is written from right to left. This is the main thing of this lesson today. Learning the characters, how they're written, how they pronounce, and that it should go from right to left. Okay? All right, let's go and get the next one.
I'm sorry, go back. I'm not mad at you. Go sit down.
Bro, you can bring my charger back, Lashawan? All right. All right, so the brother got the next character up. Where's the block?
Oh, you need to scoop some.
No, it's you two up. All right, so the next character the brother has is the Ka. Okay. Yeah, I definitely probably need the block. Oh, no, don't. All right, so the next character is the Ka. The brother has it there. It kind of looks like a ladder in the ancient. It looks like a ladder, but in the Assyrian, it just looks like looks like one of them little, huh?
Greek letter pi.
Oh yeah, like the Greek letter pi. That's a good way to look at it. That's how you remembered it up. You know what I mean? Most I ain't crazy. I was gonna say it looked like a little nightstand or something, or one of the little stands you put next to the chair. What's the one you call when you put next to the couch? An end table, right? End table. That's what it looked like. An end table to me. You know what I mean? So but at the end of the day, whatever you know to remember it is too up. You know what I mean? Just as long as you write it just how it looks right there. Okay? So all right, so we got the Ka. So what's the next character out?
Ta.
Go ahead. All right, so the next character brother is writing is Ta. Ta. T-A. Okay. All right, if I may, let me go ahead, let me just make it a little, you know what I mean, from what, let's see right here. It's kind of like a line at the bottom, you know what I mean? And this comes in right there, and then we have this. Yeah. Oh yeah, Kyle, yeah. So when you take your test out, it need to look like that. It need to look like the test, all right? Salaki, if I may. It needs to look like the test. All right, so let me see one more time. And what the brother, how he's writing it right now is based on how it's written in the Tanakh. You know what I mean? That's the Assyrian scriptures. The Tanakh is with the Assyrian Hebrew in it. Of course, I'll press on how he writes it, but it's the original characters look like this, but the written characters look a little bit different when they write it. All right, so you can go online, you can go to Google and type in Lashawan Qadash, and it should have the UPK alphabet up there, the sheet that we use. All right, so I'm gonna see if I can pull it up and put it on the screen. Give me 1 second. Okay, so yeah, I gotta load it up. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just look on Google and you should be able to type in Lashawan Qadash and it'll come up. You know what I mean? You'll see it. It'll say I.S.U.P.K at the top of it and it'll say Lashawan Qadash. All right, let's move forward. That's the top. Go ahead. right, so that brother has now successfully wrote the Yah, which kind of has the Assyrian character that looks like a Z. That's, probably, then tripped over a rock maybe, and then got a little line coming out of the front of it. And I guess that's his other arm. He trying to catch himself from falling. But that's Zah. All right, and then Assyrian. The Assyrian is a small corner. It looks like a corner, like you corner it out of a box, and it's a very small one. See how the rest of the letters are long and come down? This is a small character that just floats, and it's just like a floating number 7 right there. And when you see that in the Assyrian, that's the Yah. Okay, let's go ahead and get the next one. Shalom, brother Shah, Trooper Shah is in there. And how about Shimon Shabrakatah, the Trooper Shah? It's another Hebrew scholar right there. Memorize that Hebrew and that ancient Hebrew and that Assyrian. Another brother coming up in his truth, very strong down here in the South Carolina camp. Excellent brother, follows instructions, follows the protocols. Inquires, gets counsels and studies all day and night. I see this brother all the time in class and taking notes. Shouts out to that brother. Sister Yaila, she said she hasn't changed her name. Yeah, Sister Yaila, you can change your name if you could. She said, but I have a question. Was our language the first language? And the Assyrians took it? Were they? Yes. So the Assyrians are Caucasian people. Yes, they are. You understand? The Assyrians, the Syrian Hebrew today is actually adopted now by the Amalek, who is a so-called Jewish man. You understand? And they're Caucasian. Our language is the first written language. You know what I mean? This is the first written language. Language is something that you speak at a time when Adam was reading the stars, trying to, understand and documenting the stars. He had at some point created this language to be able, and he called it ancient Hebrew. So this is the first written language. All right. So what you got? Oh yeah, okay. All right. So the brother made a small correction there. In addition, more probably said, he created another addition. You can see right here, the brother added this character at the bottom. This character means that if that character ka comes at the end of a word, then you have to use that symbol. And when you're writing it in Assyrian, if this ka comes at the end of a word, you use that symbol instead of this one. All right. So that's how you know that. So now we're gonna go ahead and we might be able to get that one last one in that corner, maybe. All right. Concept. So yeah, this is the original language. You understand? First written language, and as you can see, even when you look at it, it's similar to English is very similar to it. You know what I mean? Like the ah, ba. You know what I mean? Like A, B. You know what I mean? It's not really continuous, but they model their languages and everything after our languages. All right, all the languages that exist today. You know what I mean? Even when it comes down to the way we pronounce everything, like when we pronunciation and syllables and all of that stuff. I mean, the Bible tells us that, man. The Bible says we're the former of all things. Like we're the originators of all things. You know what I mean? Like all of the science, all of the government and military and what is it? Art, music, everything. We are the originators of all of those things. Right? We're the former of all of those things. So this is the original language. It's the first written language. All right. All right. So we got the last one down there. That's not the last one. This is the last one we'll get in that line. So that's the la. Okay, la. So so even if it's like I say, like HIJKL. We said we got KL, Kala, it's kind of like in the same same order as how the Caucasians today, our oppressor, orders his language. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, we know this to be our ancient tongue. So this is original to us. Everything else is a duplicate or a knockoff or however you want to call it. All right, so let's go ahead and get the next one if I could, Baba Bouchard. So again, they didn't take our language, sis. They just they definitely took our language for sure. You know what I mean? But they don't pronounce the characters the same. They don't write the characters the same. It's a lot of different things that they changed in it. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, they do. It is through the spirit of the language that we've created, of course. You know what I mean? So that's the next one. Is you got to put the pronunciation, but this is the ma. All right, that's the ma. Okay, that's the ma. That's what it looks like. And if you look right here, this whoop 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 whoop. You know what I mean? That looks like an upside down M. All right.
Wow.
It looks like an M with a hook on it, but that's how I remember it. If you turn it upside down, it looks like an M, ma, and then so in the Hebrew, the English alphabet is KLMN, right? KLMN. So we got Ka, La, Ma, and what do you think the next one is? It's going to be Na. All right. The next one is going to be Na. So KLMN is kind of consistent with the English today. And I'm only telling you guys this so you can, probably have something to, remember with your, some parts of the alphabet. You know what I mean? I've seen some sisters in the truth create melody songs like how, our oppressor has a melody song for the ABCs. So I've seen sisters create a melody song for actual Hebrew language, Hebrew alphabet. So whatever it takes for you to remember it, so be it. You know what I mean? But this is something that you definitely want to remember and take serious. All right. So the next is the na. So again, ka, la, ma, na. And as you can see, the consistency of that sound. That's something that you always want to remember because when you pronounce this stuff, it'll help you with pronunciation. Just knowing that it's not going to sound like anything besides when it comes to all of these characters except one, which is the I. When we get to that in a minute. The I is pronounced different. It's pronounced like I, all right? I. Like when you read the name of Christ is Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai. Abba God Yahweh Shai. You see what I'm saying? So like it's the Abba God Da. That's the I sound in all of the characters except the I, and it'll help you for pronunciation in the future, okay?
Wow.
So let's go ahead and get the next character. Again, hold on if I could. So these last two characters at the bottom again, this fourth row right here is the Syrian character for if this specific character comes at the end of a word, okay? If it comes at the end of a word, okay? So just to remember that, okay? Let's go ahead and get it. All right. Shalom, Cartrell, Leggett. You got any questions out? If you got any questions out, just let us know, okay? All right. So that's the Sa. It's pronounced Sa. So we got A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka. That's pronounced Ka. To be I don't know if I went over that, but that's pronounced Ka. Ka. It's pronounced just like this is pronounced. Ka. You know what I mean? It just depends on what the word is and to which one is being used. All right. So Ka. It's pronounced just like Ka and Ka. So when you see that, it's not Cha. Like CH Cha, you know what I mean? It's pronounced Ka. All right. We'll go ahead and go ahead to the next one. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the I that's the one I was telling you about. It's pronounced just like how it looks. It's I. It's pronounced I. The sister in the chat name is Yaila, and that's right? Like the YA there, I, which is how we have it right now, and La. So Yaila. So that I is always spelled pronounced with the I, unlike all the rest of the characters, which is it has the ah sound in it. Okay, so in the symbol for the I in ancient Hebrew looks like a circle. And the symbol for the I in Assyrian looks like a Y, kind of. You know what I mean? It looks like a wicked Y. Okay? So let's go ahead to the next one if I could, Baba Bashar. Tomorrow is Saturday, the Sabbath day. Sabbath already started today at sundown. It's from today's sundown all the way to sundown tomorrow. That's the Sabbath or Shabbat in the Hebrew. You know what I mean? Shouts out to all of the brothers that's going to be girding up for war tomorrow, going out to them street corners for prophesying to the wind and give breath to the dry bones. Give the breath of the life to the dead man and wake up our people out there in the streets that are lost, looking for leadership, looking for guidance. You understand? And again, the UPK, we don't want everybody, man. You understand? We don't want everybody. You know, right. just because we the body of Christ don't mean we just the Christian church and we just everybody's welcome and we can come and be who you are and stay who you are and right. You know what I mean. And here you're gonna have to follow orders and take correction and learn to be different than you were raised to be. You understand? You want to learn how to be righteous? Come to class Shemai, which means listen, and you'll learn something. You'll learn something that you should have learned as a child. All right, so let's go ahead and get it. So the next one is Pa. All right, so you can see the symbol there. It kind of looks like a J. All right, and then we have the Syrian character. It looks like a backward C. Okay, again, like these things are what we're talking about. What it looks like. Is only for you to be able to have something to, to gauge it against. Let me see that one time right quick. All right. So that's the Assyrian. Let me change it one more time. Just be a little more, you know what I mean? I'm only doing this because, and I tell you, man, like it's especially for you brothers taking this officer's test, man. You know what I mean? You gotta write it just like how it looked on that paper. But this brother knows how it is on the paper. It's just when you see the writing so much, and you're in there sitting that Tanakh and reading that Tanakh and you see the writing that they write it in. It looks totally different, but it's not much different. It's very similar. So just a little difference, but nothing too big. But let's go ahead and get to the next character, Baba Kushab. Make sure you put your salute in. If you're a sister, then it'll be Yahweh Shamar, I.S.U.P.K Bahashim Yahushua. If you're a brother, it'll be Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua Barakatah. To check in, you just put your city and state where you're checking in from, and we'll go ahead and get your attendance taken, all right? And so I see we got a few brothers and sisters from over here in this low country area in Georgia, South Carolina, everybody here. Checking in with the class. A lot of everybody is here is the part of the South Carolina camp. So shouts out to y'all for being in class and having your attendance taken and being diligent in this truth, man. It's going to help you out a lot in the long run, man. I believe me. All right. So the brother has Tazah there. Tazah. So everybody know Captain Tazariak. All right, so Tazar is the beginning character of his name, Tazar. And then there's the Ra, which is Tazar. So that, we'll get into that, and then Yak. So we'll get into it. We'll get into breaking down brothers' names and what they mean and how it's broken down and pronounced and written in the Hebrew. We'll get into all of that. All right, but Tazar is the next character. It has a symbol that looks like a pole with a Z on the side of it, on the top of it. You know what I mean? A pole with the Z on the top. Have whatever it takes for you to remember. It's up to you. Let me see the marker one more time. You know what I mean? This line right here comes up a little bit past that Z though. You know what I mean? So when you see it, that's how it's gonna look. Alright. So it's a pole and then a little small Z that's attached to it at the top. Okay? That's Tazah. And again, this one is a Y, but this Y kind of has the line here that comes down in one connected. This one has like a Y top, but that connector line, that bottom line is really like it's in a different angle. You know what I mean? So you gotta know that. You know what I mean? When you seeing it online, or you see it in the Tanakh, to know the difference between the I and the Tazah. All right, but of course, if it's at Tazah, if this character is at the end of a sentence, or the end of a word, I should say, then it'll be using this character instead of this character when you write it in the Syrian, okay? All right, let's go ahead to the next one. It's the Hebrew language class. We're going over the alphabet for all of those that attend the class, and this is your first time attending. It's a very important class. A lot of people sleep on the Hebrew class, but this is a very important class, man. There's a lot of things that you will learn even when you're reading the scriptures, especially when you're reading that blue letter Bible on the different meanings of the word and what they can be meaning. This is how we know a lot of things about when it comes to verbiage in the scriptures. You know what I mean? Like certain words, means more than one thing. All right. What we got there? Okay, we got the qua. The qua is there. So the qua is the next one. So just to go down it again, we got the a, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, ta, za, qua. All right. So this is the character for qua. It kind of looks, this kind of look like one of them, a popsicle? Oh, that's a good one. All right, that's a good one. Or a fan, one of them church fans.
Choir.
One of them choir stand, boy, sweating, boy, doing all of that jumping and hollering they be doing in there. They gotta fan themselves. Yes, sir. That's a fan, right? That's a church fan right there. Boy's a popsicle. I was gonna say it looked like one of them little, jellyfish though, like a little jellyfish with one little tentacle on the bottom. But however y'all look at it to remember, you know how we do in Israel. We create things and we recreate things and we look at it from different views. Our mind is very, very creative, and that's why the world is great the way it is today. You know what I mean? We created all of these things. That's great. Okay, so that's qua. What's the next one?
Ra.
Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and get it. Alright, so the brother has the Ra. Alright, Ra is the next one. That's the character for Ra in the ancient Hebrew. And that's the character for Ra in the Syrian Hebrew. Okay, modern day Hebrew. Paleo Hebrew, modern day Hebrew. Paleo means ancient. Okay, so that I know the brother one time said it looked like a little flag, like a backwards flag, a little golf flag probably.
Golf flag.
They had it marked the hole.
Rah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And then that right there just looks like maybe another
Boomerang.
I was thinking about a boomerang. It definitely was thinking about a boomerang. It definitely looked like a boomerang. But listen, that's whatever how you want to look at it, that's how the symbol looks. All right? That's what the symbol looks like for Ra. If you have any questions, let me know. We're gonna move on to the next character.
Sure.
We're coming to the end, ladies and gentlemen. We got 2 more characters. We got 2 more characters. And again, shouts out to this brother doing it all off of memory. No pen, no pad. You know what I mean? No secretary or anything like that. To remind him of his appointments and stuff like that. To remind him of his Hebrew. Yeah, he got it all down, man. Okay? All right, there we go. So that's the Shah. The Shah looks like a W. Literally, it looks literally just like a W in the ancient Hebrew. All right, it looks just like a W.
All
right, and the Shah in the Syrian Hebrew, he wrote it just like how. Let me see one time. He wrote it, huh? Yeah, he wrote it just like how he would see it in the Tanakh. But again, just for learning purposes, this is how it is written in the study guide that we use in the UPK. All right, it's more defined, all right? So again, just keep it in mind. It's the same concept, same look. It's a little bit different. It's definitely very different from. I mean, yeah, it is square bottom. But it's definitely different from all the characters. So when you do see it, you'll know it's the Shah. You know what I mean? So that's the Shah. All right, last one is Tha. Last one is Tha. Okay. Next class, next Friday, we turning back up. We ramping back up with the Hebrew language. We're gonna get into our prepositions and consonants, so we can make sure we understand when we come into creating words or phrases or things of that nature. So we have to get into our prepositions and our consonants. So the last one is Tha, and that's what it looks like. It looks like how you want to call that one.
Lay down cross.
I didn't want to say it, man. I didn't want to say it, but it definitely looked like a cross that's leaning. You know what I mean? Of course, that cross in the Christian church, you know what I mean, represents death. Man, it represents death of our King, and that's not something that is biblical at all. We don't use that. You know what I mean? We don't use that. Anybody who loves the Most High and loves our King Yahushua Mashiach wouldn't be wearing no cross.
No.
Okay?
No.
So, I mean, like, that's no different than your brother being killed by an AK-47 and you go get an AK-47 necklace. You know what I mean? Wear it around your neck. AK-47, what is it called? Pendant? What is it called? What is this called? Somebody. I forgot what charm, or it's another word for it too, but it's no different than that. But that's what it looks like. You know what I mean? The Tha kind of looks like this one, right? But it got a little, like the brother said, got a little golf club at the bottom down there, a little golf club, just so you know, on the end right there, and a little edge off the top. All right. But listen, that's the Hebrew alphabet right there. All right. If you're watching this class and you're not watching it live right now, or if you are watching it, if you're watching this and it's not live anymore, pause the video at this moment right here, at this particular portion, because we're going to erase it. All right, we're going to erase it. Hopefully you've been writing these things down, because we're going to erase it and we're going to get into breaking down some words. We're going to get into the salutes. More importantly, because the salute is something that every brother and sister needs to know and comes into the school. Because that's something you're going to do on a consistent basis when you come to class, when you call for counsel, when you call a brother, when you talk to your sister, when you see, your Adawans or whatever the case may be. This is how you need to salute one another. We always salute them. We don't say hi and bye. good morning or good afternoon, good evening. We don't say that. We say Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shabbat, or Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shabbat. That's how we greet one another. All right, so let's go ahead and erase that.
Everything.
Hold on, give me a second. Anybody need me to keep this on the board? If anybody needs me to keep this on the board for a couple more seconds, say put a number 1 in the comment section right now. Number 1. If you want me to keep this up for a couple more seconds, but if you good, just don't say nothing at all. But if you do need us to keep it, put a number 1 in the comment section. All right, because we about to move on.
Bring back old memories of home. I don't know why I said we went over there. You never forget.
All right, let's check and see. All right, so nobody comment in the comment section. So it looks like everybody should be to wall. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and erase it. If you didn't get it, then just go ahead and, like I said, you can pause this video in the future and take down this Hebrew alphabet, all right? All right. So at the top, I want you to start from left to right. Let's write the greeting for sisters. So for sisters that are in the school, a lot of you already know the salute. Some sisters that are new to the school who have already gotten on the learning curve and have it already down packed. But if you are new, this was something you have to learn right here for sure. And that's the greeting for a sister. So as a sister, when you see another sister, or akwath, which means sister in Hebrew, akwath, which we'll also write on the board, then this is how you would salute her. This is how you would salute your brothers and sisters. You would salute them like this. Yahweh Shamar al-Atha ba'ashim al-Shah. All right? We're gonna break down what it means as well. All right, if you could, that atha, it has to be ah, so you have to, yeah, and then an H at the end as well. Okay, all right, so let's break it down. Sister sees another sister, Shalom, sis, Yahweh Shemal Thabashim Yahushua. A sister sees a brother, Shalom, sir, Yahweh Shemal Thabashim Yahushua. That's how she would say it to her brother and sister. For brothers is different. The salute that brothers say to another brother is different. But the salute that he says to a sister, he would say this salute. When he's saluting or greeting a sister. If a brother is greeting a sister, this is the salute that he will use. But for you sisters, this is the only salute that you will use, whether it's for a brother or a sister, okay? Okay, all right, so let's break it down. First word is shalom. What does the word shalom mean?
It's like hi or greetings or hi.
No, it doesn't mean hi. It doesn't mean hi or greetings. Greetings, earthling. No, it doesn't mean hi. Shalom.
How are you?
Nope. All right, so the word shalom, and nobody's going to answer. Let's see. I'm going to give it a couple of seconds. You know this one, Aga. You overthinking it. You overthinking it, man. Come on now. Just relax. Just think about it. Shalom. What is shalom? What does shalom mean? Anybody online can answer this question. All right, so for the sake of time, I know it's a bit of a delay, but for the sake of time, I'm sure somebody's going to chime in and answer it, but the word shalom means peace.
Oh, peace.
Peace.
Yeah, I knew that.
Right. Oh, no, just write it at the bottom. You can write it on a new line. No, a little new line. Yeah. Peace. All right. So it's kind of like how you initiate the conversation. It's like, or initiate the greeting. You start by saying peace, peace. And then you begin to salute, like shalom, sir, or shalom, sis. You know, shalom, ak, or shalom, akwaf. Peace, brother, peace, sister. You know what I mean? And then we go into it. So the brother Jermaine Jones got it correct. He put peace. That's correct, Doc. Good word. All right, so peace is the word. And then next we have Yahweh. All right. So what is Yahweh?
Most high.
All right. Yep, that's correct.
Lord, Most high.
That's correct. You can put it up there. So Yahweh is the name, is the Most High's name. All right. More lights. So Yahweh is the Most High's name. All right, like it's literally His name. Like Yahweh doesn't. Yahweh. A lot of people think that the word God in the Bible means the Most High. That's not what God means. God just means power. All right. How do we know? Because we looked it up. You know what I mean? We know the Hebrew. You know what I mean? You translate the Hebrew when you go to the word God in the English, right? And then you go and get into the Blue Letter Bible or the what is it called? Concordance is going to say
Interlinear.
huh?
The interlinear part of it.
Right. So it's not going to say it's not. So let me see. Let me go ahead and everybody should download the Blue Letter Bible on your phone. It's an app. It's called Blue Letter Bible. Just download it on your app. If you download it, you can go into press in the search bar. You can type in a word. And right now, I'm going in here just for teacher purposes because I want everybody to learn how to do this because this is how you're going to be able to know what these words actually mean, even in the scriptures. All right. So the word is God, right? Then we click on press God. Then all the scriptures that has God in it are going to come up. You click one. You can select where it says read, such as whatever scripture you select in the Bible view. You can select that. Right. You select it, and then you go and select where it says the scripture after it pulls up, and then it's going to open up an option that says study. and you're gonna click interlinear concordance. All right, when you pull up the interlinear concordance, you understand? It's going to be pronounced Alahayim. You understand? Alahayim. So Alahayim is the word that means God. All right, but the word God just means power or ruler. You know what I mean? So God is not it's not a person. It just that's why when the scriptures say you should be like gods, you know what I mean? Because you will have a certain level of authority. You know what I mean? That's why even in Genesis, right? When we in Genesis where it says in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth, and the earth was without form, so such and such and such and such, it goes down, and it says, let's see, when it goes down to when he created man, right? Mankind, it says, let's see, where we at? What verse is it? I think it might be down in 20 something. Okay, there we go. So verse 26. So Genesis 1 and 26, it says, and God said, let us make man in our image. All right? God said, let us make, so God said, let us make man in our image. So it's not talking about one person. It's not talking about one person. Yeah, for Genesis 1 and 26. And God said, let us, you understand, let us make man in our image, meaning it's plural people. So God is not a name. God is just is a word that identifies power or authority or rulership. So of course, in this scripture where it says "let us," he's talking about him and the angels. You understand? He's talking about him and the angels. You understand? It was him. It was the Most High and the angels that did all of that work in the 7 days.
That's right.
All right. When 7 days is not talking about 24 hours. Days. You know what I mean? The Bible says a day to the Lord and to the Most High is likened to 1,000 years.
Wow.
So we're talking about a process that could have took, anywhere from, 7,000 years or more, or even maybe less, but 7,000 possibly. Okay? So it didn't all happen in 7, days. According to what we look at as days today. Okay? So God doesn't mean the Most High. God just means power or authority. Okay? All right, so Yahweh is his name. All right? Yahweh is his name. It's the Most High power. All right? The Most High power. Just write that. Power right here. Most High power. Okay? Because he's the God of all gods. He's the power over all power. You know what I mean? That's Yahweh, his name in the Hebrew. All right, you got Sister Parah in there. Shalom, Yahweh Shema, Thobah Shema Shah, Parah Shah checking in from right here in Greenville, South Carolina. So it says peace. All right, so you greet the brother or sister, peace, Most High power. You understand? Yahweh, the God of Israel. You understand? The Most High God. Okay? Shamar. What does Shamar mean? Brother Jermaine, I just seen we put in our image. You're correct. Now, that's right. In our image. You understand? Because God doesn't mean the Most High power. God just means power or ruler or somebody of authority. So when it says ye shall be gods, it's talking about they're giving them authority. You understand? You have authority. All right. Okay. All right. So the brother put Shamar means watch. Shamar does mean watch. It doesn't mean open. All right. Just so we understand, Shamar means watch. Okay. Shamar, watch. So when brothers in the camp or they have an event, we have a Shamar department. And we put brothers on Shamar. And we organize brothers so somebody can be on Shamar, which means what? On watch. Or in the way that we're using it for guard. You understand? You're going to stand watch over there. You're going to watch this area. You're going to watch this brother. You're going to watch this property, or you're going to be on Shamar here. You're going to be on Shamar there. You're going to be on Shamar. So that's what Shamar means, watch. All right? Okay, so the brother said if shalom, he put shalom. If shalom means peace, so again, brother, this is how you spell shalom right here. There's no O. You understand? There's no O in the alphabet, man. This is how you spell shalom. It's SHALAM. Shalom. You understand? That's what shalom means. I mean, that's how shalom is spelled. Shalom means peace. So he said, yeah, okay, no sweat. He said, excuse the way he spelled it, so he already know. So if shalom means peace, what does shalom mean? You want to answer that out? I'm going to let the trooper. You want to answer that, trooper?
Shalom.
I'm going to answer that. The word shalom means I'm a homosexual. That's what it means.
Yeah, that's not our word.
That's what it means. Shalom means I'm a homosexual and I hate the Most High and I'm a Christian. That's what shalom means.
Like,
shalom means,
shalom.
It's not a word. Long story short. Shalom is not what we say in here. That's something that some fake Israelite came up with as he was trying to create his own camp. So he didn't have to say Khan to his brothers.
That's right.
Because he didn't want to, listen and follow orders and take correction. So he went and started his own camp and trying to recreate the language that God, the Most High, already gave us and made perfect.
That's right.
You understand? So shalom means I'm a fake Israelite. You understand? That's what it means. Okay? So shamar means watch. All right? So let's go ahead and get the word ayah. Again, so I'm gonna break this down. Let me see how much time we got. We should have enough time. All right, so the next word is ayah. All right, so what does the word ayah mean? That's correct. So ayah actually means over. You know what I mean? Ayah means over. All right, over. Okay, also this is supposed to be an N because, right, a thunder. Matter of fact, no, I'm wrong. That's when it's plural.
Right, it's not this.
Salagi. Ain't no sweat. Salagi, you can put it up there. Put the H back. Shalom, Yahweh, Shamar, Allah, Thah, Bashim, Shah. So a Thah, all right?
Right.
A Thah means what? A Thah.
You.
That's correct.
Whatever you.
All right? So the brother just answered it correct. It means you. You is neutral. Another thing you're going to learn in future classes is which words are masculine and plural and feminine.
That's right.
Also, which words are singular and plural.
That's right.
How to change it from a singular word to a plural word, or how to change it from a masculine word to a feminine word, or if it is masculine or feminine, or if it is singular or plural, which is also a part of the language, understanding the language. All right, so a thought is neutral. You can be anybody. You know what I mean? You. You know what I mean? You is you. Okay? So that's what a thought means. You. All right, next word is Ba'ashim.
In the name of.
Yep, go ahead. All right. So in the name, you can put of. You can put of, because that's where it's we'll break it down, but it's pertaining to. You know what I mean? It's pertaining to something, or it's speaking of something. So it's saying in the name of. All right. Who is it speaking in the name of who? In the name of who? Yahweh Shah.
Christ.
You understand? Right, which is Christ. You understand? Hey, a Yonderbar, Jermaine Jones, a Yonderbar, man. You got any more questions? Yeah, them fake Hebrew Israelites, man. You know, they don't know the Hebrew, man. They don't know Hebrew language. They think they know Hebrew. Some of them don't even associate themselves with Hebrew. They just speak English and say, you know, Ben Israel and call themselves Israel and Judah. You know what I mean? Instead of calling themselves Ban Yahawada or Ban Yasha'ala, which is a lot more. You know what I mean? Resonates a lot more with our spiritual. You know what I mean? Spiritual being.
Lashawan, Qadash.
Right, Lashawan Qadash, a holy tongue. It's a very spiritual language. Okay? So when we salute, when sisters salute sisters and brothers, this is what they're saying to one another. They're asking for the Most High to watch over you in the name of Christ. You know what I mean? Watch over this. Like Salagi, Sir Shalom, Yahweh Shemal Atabashim Shah. And then the brother would say it back to her. Shalom, sis. Yahweh Shemal Atabashim Shah. And you're just asking the Most High to watch over you in the name of Christ. All right, which is what we want in the UPK. The Lord to be with us, to be with you, to be with the UPK. Those brothers and sisters who want to be changed, who want to shed themselves in the world and be like Christ, which is perfect.
That's right.
Okay?
So
So those brothers who are fighting for perfection, we ask the Lord to watch over you, man. All right? So that's how you break that down. That's what the salute means for the sisters. Now, I'm going to break this down real quick because it's a little bit advanced. It's a somewhat advanced, but Shalom. So we have Shalom. So Shalom is what? I'm gonna have the brother write it out. Write the ancient Hebrew and then the Assyrian below it. So the brother is now translating Shalom into ancient ancient Hebrew, and also Assyrian Hebrew. You got the law wrong, girl. The law is supposed to be an L.
Oh.
No sweat. Brother getting it together. It can be confusing sometimes, but you just work through it. A little bit of brotherhood. You know what I mean? Dig down deep inside your brain and you be able to pull that knowledge you got there you had there the whole time, man. Don't overthink it. You got the ma at the end. Oh, okay. That's ancient, huh? It's ancient way to put it up. That's ancient.
Mixed up there. It's like,
You see? Alright, so this one is connected. Alright, so we have now what we'll show you is we have the Shah, right? If you go back to your notes, you got the Shah in the ancient Hebrew, Shah in the Syrian, the La in ancient, La in the Syrian, and then we have Ma in ancient, and because the Ma comes at the end of the word, then this is the character that you have to use opposed to the other character, which looks more like a square. Yeah, no, that's it. That's too wild. No, that was too wild, right?
Oh.
That was too wild. Yeah, there you go, like a square, right? So that one's the one that you use at the end, and then the other one is the one he added originally. Right, ain't no sweat. So what he has beneath them is the connectors. So now we know how to pronounce it. Because without the connectors, it'll just be Shalama. That's what it'll literally be. Shalama. You pronounce those characters just how they are. But with the connectors, this one says what? When it's the upside down connector.
Independently connected, sir.
Right. So when it's upside down underneath the character, that means that character is pronounced independently. So that Shah would be pronounced Shah.
Shah.
Then we have the La and the Ma, which has a connector going between the two, which means that those two characters become one word. So instead of it being La, Ma, it becomes Lam. Lam. We drop the A off at the end. We drop the A off at the end of Ma, and it just becomes Lam. Lam. The La and the Ma become one word. One pronunciation, I should say. Alright? Lam. Okay? Sha, Lam. The La and the Ma connected is Lam. Shalom. Shalom. Alright, everybody understand it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what time is it?
They have
What time is it? Because I want to
8:43.
8:43. Alright, let's go ahead. Go ahead and give me Yahweh up there.
Translated you?
Yeah, come. Just give me the Syrian for now for times. I mean not the Syrian, the ancient for time's sake now.
Yahweh.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. All right. So the word he just spelled out is YAHANNA. All right. So we have the YAHANNA. So this is Yah, this is Ha, this is Wa, and another Ha. All right. So that's how it will be pronounced without the connectors. So again, the upside down connector means that character that's underneath is pronounced independently. So that would just be pronounced as Yah. This would be pronounced as Ha. But the Wa and the Ha here are connected. So because it has that connector, the Wa and the Ha, now it becomes Wa. So the Ah that was here at the end, the A at the end of the H would just be dropped. And that's why we have it spelled like this instead of with the A at the end. Because the connector makes the A, you drop the A when you have it connected. Alright? So Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. Alright? The Wa and the Ha become one pronunciation. Alright? Everybody understands that, I hope. So very simple. Like I said, if you write down in your notes that the upside down connector means pronounced independently, right? And then the connector that's like this means is what? Connected pronunciation. And I'm just scribbling, but you understand, you know what I mean? Connected pronunciation. So this is connected. Y and the ha is connected, so you pronounce it together. Y. Independently, YAHANNA. All right, so you can erase that out. That one, that scribble I did over there. And they kind of get the point now. What I want to break down is that Bahashem. So everybody can see a little bit more into the future when we get into breaking down words, you know, that are a combination of words. All right. Okay, go ahead and yeah, you can go ahead and write the ancient for me.
Turn the water off.
All right. So now he has it up there. Is the we're gonna break it down now. All right. So this is Ba Ha Sha Ma. Simply what it is. But because we have the connectors, I'm gonna let you guys pronounce it out with the connectors just so you can get a little practice. So what do these upside down connectors mean? Means that it's what? Pronounced independently. So the ba, ha is pronounced independently, then the sha and the ma are connected. So sha and ma together becomes what? Sham. You drop the a off the ma, and it just leaves the m, and it's sham. Bahasham, Bahasham, you know what I mean? Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, right? Okay, now let's get a little bit deeper into it. Because this is not just one word, but it's a combination of words. It's a combination of words. So when you start learning about root words, prepositions, and possessive adjectives, then you'll be able to also see the consistency when you look at certain words and know what's actually being said there. Okay? So here, this right here is the root word of this word here. That's the root word. Sham. So what do we say? Bahashem. So you see right here it says Shalom, peace. Yahweh, which is the Most High's name. Shamar, which is watch. Al, which is over. Atha, which is you. But then we get to Bahashem, and it's multiple words there. Bahashem is in the name of Yahweh Shah. So in the name of, it means that there's more to this word than, you know what I mean, just, one simple word. All right? So we're going to break it down for you. The word Sham means what? Name. So you ask somebody what's their Sham, or you say Sham, you're asking for their name. That's what the word, that's how you say the word name in Hebrew. Okay? So that's the word Sham, means name. Now here in the beginning, we have what? Prepositions. Good job, Rock. Prepositions. Prepositions come in the beginning of the word. It comes in the front or the prefix of the word. So prefix is in the, preposition It's preposition, meaning what? Before.
Preposition itself.
Right.
For the word.
Exactly. It's preposition before the word.
Con.
Pre meaning before.
Con.
Preposition right here. Ba-ha-shem.
Con.
Name. So what does this mean? Okay. What does the word ba mean? What is the word ba-ha? Well, how do we break that down?
In and then ha's da.
Okay. So how do you break it down? Which one is it?
The ba, if I may, sir,
Go ahead.
is in, and ha will be the next one. The preposition will be the.
All right. The brother is absolutely correct. So, ba, which is right here, Salakia, we got the writing up there. But ba is a prepositional word or character.
Con.
So in the Hebrew alphabet, ba as a preposition means in.
In.
All right, in as a preposition. The character ha as a preposition means the.
Con.
So if I say ha malakwaf means what?
The king.
Malak means
Malak
king.
means king.
So malak means king. Malak. Malakwaf means kingdom.
The
Malakwaf means kingdom.
kingdom.
So if I say ha malakwaf,
The kingdom.
the kingdom.
Con.
Ha malakwaf. You understand?
Con.
So when you have the word ha or the character ha in the beginning of a word, or you have the word ba in the beginning of the word, it is a preposition in most, not in all cases, because it can literally be a part of the word and not be a preposition. But that's why I say you have to know root words, which you have to get your vocabulary up, which we will be getting into. We got extensive vocabulary that we get into where you'll be able to notice them when you start to see them within words. Like, oh, that's name, Lasham right there. That means name. So if that's name, then these are prepositions. Or it can be something on the right side of it, which can be what? Known as what?
That's an adjective.
What kind of adjective? That's right.
Possessive adjective.
That's correct.
Possessive
Possessive adjective.
adjective.
So if I put, let me see, right, let me see, what's a good example? What's a good example? Let's see, for example, like, so since we using Sham, for example, right? So if I wanted to say my name, I would say Shamya.
Shamya.
Because Yah,
Possessive adjective.
Yah at the end of a word when you see it is a possessive adjective and it means my. When you have Yah at the end of a word, it means my. So if I say Shamya, I'm saying Dawada, my name. So Shamya Dawada.
Shamya Kazak.
You understand? Right. Shamya Kazak. My name is Kazak. You know what I mean? So
Shamya.
right. All right. So this is just a lesson that we're going to get in the future. Like I said, I just took the moment to break it down so you can see how in depth this Hebrew language can get. But once you know the prepositions, once you know the possessive adjectives, and you learn a lot of your vocabulary, but most importantly, you know that Hebrew alphabet, you'll be able to break stuff down flawlessly like a true, you understand, just a true language professional, you know what I mean? True Hebrew language professional. All right? So again, Shalom means peace. Yahweh is the Most High Power's name. Shamar means to watch. Al, it means over. Atha means you, which is neutral. Because it could say Athan, you understand? Which means what? Multiple sisters. Because if you're just talking to one sister, you would just say Atha. But if you're talking to multiple sisters, you would have to say Athun and change this to an N, which makes that a plural, meaning plural, right? And also feminine. Alright? Or if it's multiple brothers and you're saying a brother salute, Shalom, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Baraka, thumb, it'll be an M, which now a thumb means plural, but masculine. Alright? So these are things that you're going to learn in the future. With that, we at I.S.U.P.K. We start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York City, under Commanding General YAHANNA, established in 1969. We teach the truth according to the Bible, that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true Hebrew Israelites. Today was the Lashawan Qadash class, which means holy tongue, which is the ancient Hebrew, our native language for the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the Hebrew Israelites. Tune in every Friday to get a little bit more acquainted with this language, and it's going to be something that you want to learn and teach throughout your generations. All right, shalom.